The man was talking about the Ward family that we had just become a part of. He said that he wanted each person to thrive in this prestigious school and carry on the legacy and traditions over 100 years in the making. It was a whole new world we had just entered, and we had absolutely no idea what to expect. But we would learn. Reflecting on this experience, I cannot help but think about the impression that morning left on me. I realize now how unbelievable it was that an administrator knew the name of someone he had probably only met once beforehand. I was taken aback by how friendly a fellow student could be right off the bat. I didn't know the girl who led me up to the auditorium, but she smiled and conversed with me all the same. I understand now what Mr. Duggins meant when he lectured our young class about the Ward legacy and tradition. We're all part of something far greater than ourselves that affects a great multitude of people, not only in Kansas City, but throughout the entire world. And the key to doing this has been the atmosphere found in this unique establishment. This is truly a family. Soon, we will join the family tree that stretches all the way around the first floor, and we will inevitably move on and start new chapters in our lives. Our journeys will spread apart and crisscross where God sees fit, but from here on out, the only thing that connects all of us together is what we have experienced over the last 4 years. We follow in the shadow of doctors and lawyers, legislators and astronauts, professional athletes and professional musicians, who are all part of our same family. They have left a lasting legacy on a school that has triumphed through difficult times, and our turn to triumph is next. Keep in mind your faith and where it will take you. Whatever you do, work at it with all your heart, as if working for the Lord and not for men. It is sad to say goodbye to family, and I think each and every person here tonight knows that all too well. But it is part of this great journey we call life. From this school, we carry on attributes that help us to continue our voyage into the future and spark change in the world. From Mr. Kelly's integrity to the way Mr. Schneeweiss challenged everything we believe in just to teach us how to defend ourselves. To the way the love and encouragement and words from Miss Dowd and Miss Tompkins, and the way Coaches Shaver and Hurla pushed their athletes to do the unthinkable. And the way Mr. Snow puts his hands on his head and says, "What do you think?" These are the ideas that Bishop Ward has instilled in each of us, to learn and discover new things, to use what you have been taught in the past and apply it to the future, to become part of people's lives and change them for the better, to express yourself doing what you enjoy, to give, and to love. We as students have been brought up into a select group of people who share these same values by an incredible cast of teachers and faculty who also carry on the legacy here at Ward. Perhaps one of the most important lessons ever taught to me over my last 4 years came from Sister Molly. Never, she said in that matter-of-fact tone she would get sometimes during class, never forget to say thank you. The words thank you cannot be overused. And so I say to my teachers, on behalf of the class of 2015, thank you. From the bottom of our hearts, you cannot be thanked enough for what you have given to us. You are the heartbeat of this school, and without you and all those before you, we would not be who we are today. And among our teachers is a group who are leaving with us, so with that group of teachers, please stand. I'd like to especially recognize you. Please go ahead. This is a an old Irish blessing. May God give you, for every storm a rainbow, for every tear a smile, for every care a promise, and a blessing in each trial. For every problem life sends, a faithful friend to share. For every sigh, a sweet song, and an answer for each prayer. Thank you all, teachers, for leaving. It is time, classmates and friends, to step away from this place for now. We may return, but we will never be the same, because these life lessons do not stop once we turn our tassels to the other side of our caps. They persist for the rest of our lives. They will be difficult, some of them, but we will all face them and become even stronger versions of ourselves because of them. And this I believe beyond a doubt. We have spent years together, getting to know one another, and I know that you all have good hearts. We each have the same amount of determination to do good things as the next, but we will get there in very different ways. You are all important people in this world, and now it is time to find out why. A quote by Charles Swindoll embodies what the Bishop Ward legacy has represented for over a century, and I would like to leave you all tonight with it fresh in your minds. The longer I live, the more I realize the impact of attitude on life. Attitude to me is more important than facts. It is more important than the past, than education, than money, than circumstances, than failure, than successes, than what other people think or say or do. It is more important than appearances, giftedness, or skill. It will make or break a company, a church, a home. But the remarkable thing is that we have a choice every day regarding the attitude we will embrace for that day. We cannot change our past. We cannot change that people will act in a certain way. We cannot change the inevitable. The only thing we can do is play on the one string we have, and that is our attitude. I am convinced that life is 10% what happens to me, but 90% how I react to it. And so it is with all of you. We're in charge of our attitudes. To my fellow graduates, remember that you can always control your attitude in every situation. And you all have the ability to do wonderful things if you just remember who you are and where you come from. Congratulations, class of 2015. Not only did we make it today, but we will continue to do so for the rest of our lives.
Our second speaker this evening is Leslie Martinez. Leslie is the daughter of Maria Trevino and Eduardo Martinez.